So, good morning, Florida Panther fans. For those of you who are wondering what happened last night, my home was sucked up into a black hole and taken to another dimension. And in that dimension, I had no Wi-Fi and I had no cell service. So, good morning. I did get to watch the game. Thank God the DirecTV. If I would have lost all three, I don't know if I'd still be here this way. At least, and this is thank you to all of the hockey gods. The only reason I'm still alive this morning is because Pittsburgh lost that game. Because if Pittsburgh doesn't lose that game, we need those 2 points last night, and the stream cut out at 7 seconds into the game because somebody hit a pole, and the pole burnt up, and everybody lost everything in the whole area until like 8:30 this morning. So, good morning. Bring on Boston.
Good morning. Well, before I get started talking about the game, I need to give a couple of shout-outs here. First of all, Mark, my man, thanks for the Stogies. Thanks for taking me to the game. Listen, people, you live around the Boca Del Rey area. Mark's the manager of ABC Liquor on Atlantic Avenue, so go in and buy some booze and cigars, and he'll take good care of you. Tell him I sent you.
Yeah, that's
Dan, thanks for driving last night. Rain like all day. Oh, by the way, Mark, that half a cigar that I put in the tree, that was wet, that I couldn't light after the game. Well, it dried out and I smoked it earlier. So anyway, so we also have a couple of, when I go to the games and I'm walking around or talking and whatnot, inevitably somebody comes up to me and says, "Oh, you're Stu. I watched your podcast." So Julia and Natalie, here's your shout out. Young ladies, two young ladies. And I saw you guys sitting on the glass. Where'd you get those seats, man? And right behind the net, they were sitting on the glass. So anyway,
let me get this straight. Let me just get this straight. I do this for 5.5 years before I even know who the hell you are. And now you're walking around the arena picking up chicks off of my back.
They were not of age, buddy. Okay.
Well, you got to clarify that.
They were young ladies, but that's beside the point because everybody knows who's the real star on this podcast. Okay.
Yeah, Fluffy. Yeah, here's the real star right there. There he is.
And I still say we got to go back to flying Fluffy hockey because
we can't go back, bro.
Well,
we can't go back. Look.
So I want you to know in my latest encounter or whatever with Gabby, who's the in-house in-game hostess. So hopefully next game I'll be able to have her do a little promo for us. But
okay,
she's so nice, but she's so busy.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there's anybody else that I'm missing. If I forgot anybody, I'm sorry. But anyway, about the game.
This is like a concert where like I come out and I perform the first song and then you're the band leader and you talk to the crowd after the first song before we do the rest of the show. That's how this is.
No, you're the overture.
I'm just giving you an intro. This is Stu's show. I'm just giving him an intro.
So listen, I'm like, if the Panthers come out the way they did last night, we're getting swept.
They're not going to come out.
Because I want to know why does it take however long it takes for the Panthers to wake up from I don't know what it is.
I have a simple reason. They watch the videos. They know Jaws ain't afraid of Boston, and Jaws has not been real keen on playing Carolina, so they figured, well, he ain't been wrong yet. Let's go play Boston.
Yeah, well, Carolina pretty much took it to us.
Yeah, I mean,
and I'm sitting next to Mark, and it's uncanny. And again, it's just uncanny that I have a sense that I see the goal before it happens.
Yep.
Because I said to Mark, it's going to Burns, and he's going to blast it from the point. And exactly, Mark, you tell him it's like 2 seconds later, Burns has that shot. And I'm like, Burns is a Panther killer. Always has been, always will be.
Yep.
And he's probably one of the most accurate defensemen when he shoots from the point. I don't know how, and I watched so many games of his on TV. I mean, he finds the net, whereas, you know, an Ekblad or a Montour, it gets blocked or it's wide or whatever. But anyway, so, I mean, he had this much to shoot in the corner of the net and it went in. Montour, I think, was skating by the front of the net with a Kane guy, and Screen Lion had no chance. The second goal was just a flutter ball, and that went in. So, all right, so we're down 2-0. Hey. So let's just jump to the third. Again, the Canes were taking it to us. The coolest thing of the night for me was Eric Stahl and Jordan Stahl on the face-off, and Mark Stahl. You had 3 Stahl brothers on the ice at the same time. And there was a point at the end of the, I think it was the second or third period, where Jordan gave Mark a good shot.
Yeah.
Get behind the net. I'm like, anyway, but to see the 2 brothers facing off in school. Okay, so let's jump to the third period. We scored 2 goals in the first 3 minutes and 28 seconds.
Yeah.
Barkov, beautiful shot.
Yep.
But the Lombard goal, I mean, Gudis.
I know.
Like, wow, I've never seen him do that before.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen him score a fluky goal on a shot from the point. But did you ever see Gudis, like, be a forward and, like, he's perfect pass to Lombard? I mean,
you got to take it when it's there.
You couldn't ask for a better player to score the tying goal. All right, so the crowd's going nuts.
Yep.
The bench is going nuts. Momentum is now. And what happens?
2 goals in 34
we flub
seconds.
Up. We flub up again. Another defensive mistake. And the point I'm trying to make here is we are now in the playoffs.
Right.
We've been playing playoff hockey. So let's consider last night a playoff game.
Right.
That's how you lose playoff games.
Yeah.
And that's how you lose the series. All it takes is one defensive mistake, one deflection, game over.
Right.
I mean, it was miraculous that after they got up by 2, almost the whole arena emptied.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
Almost the whole, and next thing you know,
it was 5-4.
And we score, what, 2 goals?
2 more, yeah. And we almost scored again after they made it 6-4, and there was still a minute left. We almost got one with a minute left. Look, from what I saw, from what the guys said last night, and the 2 minutes of internet I had before we started here, they weren't bummed. They're ready. They're ready to play. They're happy that they got in. I understand. Look, I'm going to say this, but I want to preface it. I understand all of the arguments, and people are going to tell me you're crazy. What's wrong with you? I get all of that. All I can tell you is that in the deep, that little voice, that you know, the voice that when you say, "Damn it, why didn't I listen to that voice?" I'm happy that we're playing Boston. I did not want to play the Canes. That's the only explanation I can tell y'all, is that just every time I would think about it, it's like, man, I'm not afraid of Boston. So whether I'm right or wrong, I don't know. But I'm not going to sit here and give hockey reasons why I'd rather play Boston than Canes. It's just purely my gut. So that's it.
Well, I know I sent you that stat. The Canes have always been a tough nut to crack for us. Right. But we had one up until last night, the last 5 out of 6 games.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think you and I kind of sort of already knew that we were going to play Boston.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is, guys. We're in the playoffs, so thank you.
Right.
I didn't really think we were going to make it with 92 points. Billy said 93 points.
Yeah.
That's why I was hoping either for a win or whatever. But listen, last year's President Trophy winner versus this year's President Trophy winner. The curse of the President's Trophy. Wouldn't that be the talk of the NHL?
Right.
If the lowly Florida Panthers.
We got nothing to lose. Whatever. That's what I'm saying. It's like we got nothing to lose.
Well, they lost only 12 games.
Right.
And we gave them 2 of those losses.
Right. So it's like, look, if we was going to win the cup, we was going to have to beat them anyway. It's like, screw it. Let's just, if it's good, let's just do this now. Right. Because if we lose in 6 or 7, nobody's going to, people say, all right, well, they gave the Bruins a hard time.
Yep.
And if by some miracle we win, I mean, the story alone is going to, so let's do it.
I just don't want to get swept or embarrassed.
Right. Right.
We can't have an embarrassment like last year. Give it all you got. Make the games competitive. Again, 4 keys to winning in playoffs.
Right.
You need great goaltending. Okay? You need defensive mistakes always kill you. You need a good power play, and you need a good penalty kill. And the 5th one is obviously no injuries.
Right.
So I think if we play our game like we play when we play it from the first face-off,
right,
we got a good shot.
Yeah,
we need Sam Bennett, and I don't think
we need Sam Bennett. I mean, Sam Bennett, whatever, and can you
you froze,
and then he needs surgery, you know what I mean? So
yeah, you froze, bro.
Yeah, I know my wife is not spectacular right now. I see it. The volume StreamYard is usually good about continuing to record the audio. Let me close out some other tabs and see if that helps at all. But, like I said, we just got Wi-Fi back, and, it's yeah, it's not my laptop. It's just the Wi-Fi. It just is what it is.
Repeat what you just said about Bennett, because I didn't catch that.
I said that, whatever percentage Bennett is, he just needs to be able to get out there and play. But then at the same point, you don't want to bust his groin to the point where he needs surgery, and then who knows what kind of recovery you're looking at. So
that's why I don't think they put him in, because if it is, I mean, again, lower body injury. What could it be that's preventing him from getting in? Because these players, they play banged up all the time.
Right.
Look at Forsling. So
yeah.
we're speculating here. Obviously, we're whatever. But groin injury would probably be the.
Yeah, no, that's what they said. It was a groin. And the way Maurice worded it was, it's not an injury he can play hockey with. That was an interesting way to put it, but that's how he put it. Was it's not an injury he can play hockey with.
And believe me, he must be dying inside that
I'm sure
can't play. So I feel terrible, but he's a integral part of the team, and without him, it changes the whole dynamic of the lines.
It does.
That's the biggest thing. And again, not to bash him, but I'm just going to be out there and say Anthony Duclair is not 100%.
He got a goal.
Or is the player that we're used to. His speed is gone. Not gone, but he's at 75%.
Right.
Like he needs some new spark plugs in his engine, because he's a different player and he's ineffective. That's why Maurice put him on the 3rd line. He's on the 4th line, I thought. No. No. He's with Stahl and Lomberg, right? Yeah. Which, I mean, would normally be our 4th line if we had any depth. But that's a different story. Well, that's, you got a goal. At least you got a goal. Yeah. And that goalie just flubbed that. I mean, 5 holes. Yeah. Right. But the reason why I'm mentioning it, because I'm going to segue into the fact that the Bruins are so deep. Right. And we're not. And I think that's our biggest area of susceptibility. That's the right word to use. Right. No, I get it. Look, the biggest, now let's talk about the somewhat elephant in the room. Do you think after last night, coach says, all right, that's enough, and goes back to Bob? Yeah. Even though Lyon, I mean, again, in these last couple of games, he hasn't been overworked with
Right.
50 shots and miraculous saves. I mean, whatever, but I just have a feeling he's going to Bob, and I don't think he's doing it as a slap in the face. I think, he said Bob's got to get in at some point,
Right.
And I thought to myself, if we had won that game last night, obviously Lyon would be continuing,
right.
I mean,
yeah,
we got to put Bob in at some time. Listen, we could be wrong. He might go with Lyon again.
He might. Right. It's just the general feeling I got. That's all.
Yeah, me too. Mark and I were talking about it on the ride home.
Right.
But if Bob gets in there, man, he better be Vezina Bob.
He's gonna need to.
Because I'll tell you, if he doesn't look sharp, and we lose the first game, blah blah blah, I think Lyon's going back in. So that's extra incentive for Bob.
Right.
He's always played good when he knows his job is on the line.
Yeah, that's where I was going. Yep. Every time, remember, multiple times. All right, that's it. Spencer Knight's the guy, and Bob says, "Screw the jaws in this too. Watch this." You know what I mean?
I am Russian Bear.
I am Bubba. I am the Bob. I play all the games. So yeah, it's going to be what it's. I honestly, I don't know. It's tough. I mean, you got to figure, if Bob goes out there and he's rusty, yeah, you could throw Lyon back in there, but the defense is going to have to tighten up.
Absolutely. And the forwards are going to have to do their. It's going to be just 100% into the Maurice system and doing what they've done in some of those games where we look so good, like every shift,
right?
Like no coasting and taking off a shift,
right.
I mean, we got a penalty 6 seconds into the game.
Excuse me, it was 7, and I know it was 7 because that's when my Wi-Fi cut out.
Okay. 7 seconds into the game, we take a freaking stupid penalty. What was that? And I don't know why they started this. Oh, that was another thing that I was a little perturbed about, because the Jordan Stahl line owned us last night.
Right.
And Maurice put out Stahl, Lundberg, and Duclair. And then they just couldn't match Carolina's line. I mean, they should have made a change at some point in the game. But I think Eric Stahl was another high sticking penalty, if I'm not mistaken.
Without Bennett,
yeah,
and then you're forcing Luosterainen and Lundell into not optimal positions. I mean, and we have no depth. I mean, like not like the depth is bad, like literally no depth. Now, of course, now we can call up guys for the playoffs, but ain't nobody coming to save us. I mean, it's not even like we can say we're maybe. No, that's what I mean.
Not going to win us the cup.
No, there's nobody coming to save us,
right?
At all.
So I guarantee you guys, when you're watching NHL Network or whatever, and they dissect and analyze the matchups in these series, right, I guarantee you that's going to be like the Boston's goaltending. Allmark, Vezina Trophy winner. They're going to bring that up.
Right.
They're going to probably bring up Pasternak, his 60 goals or whatever he got this year. But they're going to talk about the Panthers' goaltending and depth.
Right.
That's going to be the big difference. So, listen.
Hey.
We're in the playoffs.
We're in the playoffs.
And there was a really good chance a month or so ago that we were going to miss it.
Figure this out. Figure out how this happened. We lost 4 in a row. And when you looked at our last 2 home games, we got 1 point in the last 2 games. And somehow we made it in. I mean, a lot of things conspired and transpired to get this team to that 8th seed. And
it's a clean slate.
That's it. That's it. You know what I mean? All it takes, and look, the other thing, I know that this is for Boston fans, they're going to go, yeah, okay. But look, the Panthers have been playing playoff hardcore, every minute counts hockey for 2 months now. When's the last time Boston played a game that really mattered? Like, when's the last time Boston played a game where we really need to get these 2 points tonight? Like,
yeah, but
October?
But hats off to them, Eric, because
I'm not.
They've won 7 in a row, and they've played like they didn't have it locked up. I mean, hats off to Raven. Hats off to your team, bro. The Bruins have been so totally dominating this year.
Right.
In pretty much every aspect of the game. I mean, they got.
I know. Don't forget
2 good goalies, not just one.
Don't forget.
That Swayman guy is really good.
I know. And the Panthers won 12 in a row right before the playoffs until the last couple of games last year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I know.
And look, if it wasn't for Verhaeghe and Bob, we won't get past Washington.
Yep.
And that's when Colorado has gone. I think Colorado went out early the one year. I know that's the year Tampa went out.
Remember Tampa?
Right. That's when you got to catch these teams.
Yeah.
So look, I'm not going to sit here. You're not going to catch me going, yeah, we're probably going to lose. Yeah, I'm just not going to do it. So people can say what they want in the comments. You crazy Jaws. We're going to, that's all fine, well and good. It's not going to get me to change my mind. We get down 3 games to nothing. I will then say I think we're going to lose this series.
Right.
But until then, it's just hockey. It's nothing right now. None of what just happened mattered.
Listen, Panther fans are fickle. And I'm guilty. You're guilty. Because we've made plenty of videos where it was like, we got to trade Ekblad.
Yeah.
Maurice has to be fired. I mean, we're really very emotional fans that, us diehard fans go from one extreme to the other.
Right.
So all you guys and gals who are saying we're going to get swept or whatever, I mean, I was even kind of thinking that last night, like, how are we going to beat this juggernaut of a team? But if you're not positive and you're not sending positive vibes through the universe to the team, that's what's going to happen. So listen, we need to just get 1 game in Boston.
Yeah, just find a way. Game 2. And I don't suspect game 1 is going to go too well. Game 2, that's where my eye is at. That's where my eye is at.
And in overtime, it's not 3-on-3.
Exactly. Right.
And that's a big difference.
Right. And like we've said, I mean, we beat Boston twice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So either they were taking us lightly twice, or we match up well with them. We'll find out. You know what I mean?
The games were so long ago. I don't even remember what went down.
Let me look.
Did we win both our games at home?
I think so.
Because we played them 4 times, right? Yeah, they're an interdivisional matchup.
Yeah, we would have played them 4 times. Let me see. I'm going to scroll here to find the Bruins game. Let's see. We beat them 5-2 on November 23rd.
Here.
That's I think the last time we played them. No, we played them in Boston December 19th, and we lost 7-3.
Yeah.
That was the last time we played them, I believe.
That's wild.
No, we beat them in Florida January 28th, 4-3 in overtime. So even though we had the one game where we lost 7-3, we've scored at least 3 goals. It's not like we're losing those games 4-0. You know what I mean? We've been able to score on them. So yeah, hey, look. It would only be, and this is the last thing I'll say. if you throw Bob back out there. Remember, it was Bob that stopped the Lightning when they were, the hot President's Trophy team, and
Many moons ago.
Many moons ago, yes, but it was still Bob.
Yep.
It was still Bob that did that. So,
well, Bob needs to not give in a goal, not, no minute into the game, a soft goal goes through his legs or, gets deflected and he can't stop. Bob needs to get some shots and get into the zone.
Right.
And when we know when Bob gets into his zone, lights out.
Right.
So I hope, I hope that the game starts out and we're in it from the first whistle and we take it to them, maybe get an early goal. Because we get an early goal. When Bob has a goal or two lead, his confidence level obviously is a lot higher than when, we're down one or two and then he's stressed out that, he's got to make the big save and whatnot. But
right.
Again, playoff hockey, you need lucky bounces, deflections, greasy goals, rebound, any way like that. I mean, occasionally you're going to get a good snipe goal, but in my opinion, and I've seen it thousands of times, it's usually off a defensive mistake, a bad pass, just like 3.8.
Yeah.
Something like that. So, I mean, if we can keep the scores down, goals, the over-under. If we could keep the game, 2-1, whatever,
right.
1-0, whatever, under 5 goal. I mean,
right.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying. So, all right, Panther fans.
So listen, get a lot of subscribers here that watch the videos, and we don't get a lot of likes or relative whatever. So listen, just hit the like button. Eric gets I don't know, the YouTube algorithm or shit.
I get $1 million every time somebody hits the like button. I've been hiding that fact from you, so yeah.
So just hit the like. Let's try and get a lot more likes on this channel and subscribers. Man, if you're not subscribed to this channel and you like what we're putting out there, I mean, Eric works really hard to put content out every day. Hit subscribe. That's all I'll say. And Manscaped.
That's it. Yeah. Make sure you head over to manscaped.com. You can use code FlyingFluffy. You get 20% off. You get free shipping. I got some ideas we're going to hit it hard during the playoffs. As long as nobody just stop running into poles, people. That's the second time in the last 4 months that somebody has run into a pole out here and broke the fiber and they had to put the whole new thing up.
Okay, well, we'll hope for good stuff.
People need to stop.
Flying Fluffy Hockey, the #1 Panther fan podcast in the world. This is where you need to be for your playoff content.
Yep.
Have a good day, everybody.
All right, everybody. We appreciate it.
Sunday at TD Garden.
Monday.
Oh, Monday the 17th.
Monday.
I'm sorry.
Don't do that to me, man.
No, I was thinking, back in the day, anybody from New York, they used to do Sunday, Raceway Park used to be the drag races.
All right.
Anyway, I'm getting old. But yeah,
Nick and I were talking about it
yesterday. Monday and Wednesday.
Yeah.
And then Friday and Sunday. They haven't announced it yet, but I pretty much know it's going to be Friday because we have a concert, I think, or whatever. But I think it'll be Friday and Sunday. And yeah, man, I can't wait.
All right. Appreciate all the support. We'll see you again real soon.